Hello everyone, my name is Baldeep Panu and I'm from Altitude Accelerator. Today, we are joined by Kendell Johnson from the amazing new company Subskryb, working in the automotive industry, in dealerships, car leases, and making it easier for people to get hold of cars. Thank you, Kendell Johnson, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome, so Kendell, could you just start off by giving us an overview of what your company is, what your mission is, and what you aim to do for the customer?
Yeah, absolutely. So Subscribe is doing two things. We are making it easier for dealerships to access customers they would otherwise not have access to in the grand scheme of things by provide transforming leases and loans into short-term leases and subscriptions. If we do that correctly for leases and for dealerships, they're able to tap into a pocket of the economy that just doesn't want to lease a car, doesn't want to own a car. Think about folks over 40, under 40, folks who, if they were to purchase a car today, they couldn't otherwise buy a home. They couldn't afford to pay their student loans. Super important for them to access these folks.
Thank you, Kendall. So you're mentioning you're working with revolutionizing the way cars are leased and given to customers. And car dealerships have been around for almost as long as cars have been around, on our roads.
Yep.
How is Subscribe, different than this conventional and very popular way of car dealerships and how they function?
Yeah, they've been doing things for a very long time, leases and loans. And what Subscribe does is give them a third option of providing fractional loans. This is something that they're just not doing today. And by doing that, we're giving them the ability to do more business. They've been around for a long time, but the world has changed. The way people buy cars have changed. And we're allowing them to meet those folks the way that they want to be met.
That's actually a very good point, how a lot of people really do want cars, people need cars, and it's just so hard to, you get in that dealership and
Yep.
you see the folks there who are really pressing you to get that car and make
Absolutely.
those ridiculous deals.
Yeah. You're so right. And cars today, like everything else, has gone up in price.
Exactly.
And it's out of the reach for many folks. And so that fractional purchase model works well because it fits their lifestyle as a consumer.
Right.
We believe that we're not going to go back to a world where it's just a 1-2 model leases and loans. Folks want to obtain assets the way they purchase. And I'll say this as well. Uber, Turo, some of our competitors have taught the world that you can get it all the way you want it. And so we want to give dealerships that advantage as well.
That's amazing. And I just want to touch base on the fintech portion of your company. Looking up on Subscribe, I realized that you're really into fintech and leveraging that technology and doing something that dealerships aren't really doing and making use of that tech. So could you just touch base on that?
Yeah, and this is something that Altitude helped us with about a couple of years ago when we were in the program, which is to go out to the dealerships and really understand what's the heart of the problem. And ultimately, the fintech came together by listening to the business box or the dealership's ownership, who said, we need more options to provide to customers, and we also need ways to communicate with customers. And that's what fintech technology is supposed to do. That's where the technology is supposed to win. Not only convincing customers to buy, but help them tabulate the way that they can buy. And that's what Subscribe does.
That's amazing to hear. In this world where everything is moving to tech, it's probably best for, the car dealerships to modernize as well. And I also wanted to know one thing about the challenges Subscribe has faced. In the technological space where these dealerships have their method of their proceedings and they've been working in this way for so many years, how have you overcome challenges that you may have faced?
Totally. Absolutely. And changing minds from the way they've done it for over 100 years. We have to teach those who, this is one of the things we have to overcome, teach those who've done it for a long time, there's other ways of doing it, other ways of communicating with customers. And I think we are at the cusp of making that wave of change, but I have to be honest. Part of that change is coming from the economy. The economy is dictating what the customers want to buy, what they can afford, but also how they want to purchase it. And so we're not just riding that wave, but leveraging the technology, including AI, to help us help them be successful.
Just talking on the topic of AI, I mean, just knowing about your future would be really great for me. So, how are you using AI to really forward Subskryb and to grow it as a whole in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Customer service, it's the way that they sell and communicate with customers, and insurance. One of the things that we've realized is that customers want these assets, but they want to convince themselves before they purchase. Going into a dealership for a lot isn't as optimal.
Right.
And then once you have the asset, it's about how do you continuously get them back to purchasing, make them feel comfortable with the asset, especially for the concept of electrification of the automobile. But the number one thing that we think that AI can help us with, and we're doing tremendous developments, we're working with teams in the United States, in Germany, and in England to help us analyze optimizing insurance and making it tabulable for the customer, working with our partners so they understand the customer better to lower the premiums, and then predicting, of course, the change in lifestyle habits so that the premiums grow with them. Because the other barrier today, again, comes back to cost, which is insurance premiums and other types of costs. So we have our job is not just to get them the asset, but making it tabulable for them.
Incredible. And Kendall, just one last question. Where is Subskryb going in the future? What are the next goals and how will Subskryb be progressing?
Oh, that's a great question. We think the world is our oyster. We're so thankful to be meeting with, even this week, pretty well many of the OEMs and our partnering insurance and banks who will help us fund the scale of our team to meet with dealerships. That's the first thing. Get the word out, get the program going. The second thing is to ensure that the marketplace is robust enough so that it's easy for dealerships to use as well as our end user customers, and then expand into the United States and showcasing what we can do in that market as well.
Thank you so much, Kendall. It's so exciting to see what Subskryb will be doing in the future.
Thank you so much.
My name was Baleep, and I was joined by Kendall Johnson, who's working towards revolutionizing the way cars are sold and dealerships are run, because everybody has the right to want to move freely in their cars. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.